Africa diaspora. I respect this continent. This is the most amusing continent in the world. First World War, the post-First World War caused a global disaster. Economy started going down, economic downturn, unemployment, instability. Second World War, post Second World War, it was worse. But now there are leaders who had a vision, who took advantage of the situation at the time. Countries like US, Vietnam, Singapore, and Europe, they took advantage of this. Why? Technologically, they started now building their economy, focusing on technology. Look at US. They started now with mechanization. They came up with business models which facilitated and enhanced and engineered the economic situation or structure of the US. Surprisingly enough, or fortunately enough, the population was enough to can get into economic growth. They had money. They had prowess in technology, and they had agility to pursue and do research, innovation. Then there comes success. China also focused on technology. China, they realized they don't have mineral resources. US, they had at the time. Singapore, they didn't. Europe, some of the countries had natural gas, oil, like Russia. But most importantly, it was their business model that worked for them. Look at the geopolitics. Africa has been enriched with mineral resources. Arabian countries, it's oil. US and Russia is oil. But surprisingly enough, all these other countries that I mentioned except Africa, they utilize their resources. They took advantage of the natural resources that they have. In Africa, corruption is the main problem, and we will never get anywhere for as long as we don't eradicate corruption. We elect people or political parties that have got people who are very greedy. They are hungry of power. They've been fighting for power and they got power. Instead of now try and better the livelihood of the citizen or electorate, they exacerbate the conditions of poverty. Look at countries like Democratic Republic of Congo. That country, it has population, it has mineral resources, but the citizens of DRC, they are all over the world because there's corruption. There is no money. Money is just siphoned into the coffers of the government officials. Nigeria have got it all. It's got population, It have got technology. There are a lot of engineers in Nigeria, but the country is poor. Only the politicians are rich. Our neighbor here, Zim is even worse. Worse. South Africa is also worse. Unemployment, it's 33%. Youth employment is 65%. You know, there is a disaster. There is, I could say it's economic cliff that is going around. There is paralysis. The government, the senior government official can't take decisions. I'm talking about the president, cannot take decisions. There are ministers who have been engaged in corruption, malfeasance, but he can't take decisions. Because why? This issue of cater deployment, this person campaigned for me, I won the election because of him or her, so I cannot take disciplinary actions. He or she can do whatever she likes or he likes. I will never take decisive steps or decisions against that person. That is killing the nation, I can guarantee you. South Africa is in ICU, but I'm not in South Africa per se. Our neighbor here, Botswana is wealthy. They've got diamond. They supply with red meat. All the citizens of Botswana, they get free education. Every student that you see or you know from Botswana gets bursary. They are being educated by the government. What about South Africa? There's NAFSAs, there's corruption there, there is no life. You go to other countries, the same. I'm not talking about Rwanda. I'm not talking about Burkina Faso. Those countries are busy developing, and they are developing above all these other African countries. Look at China. China, they started selling fake stuff. We used to call them Hong Kongs. You remember after millennium, after year 2000. They used to supply the world. It was, the time now they were putting their fingers now into technology. Check now, 25 years later, China is competing with US now. Not long, China will be a superpower. China have got technology, digital economy, cell phone, iPhone. They are from China. They are now manufacturing vehicles which uses electricity. China, right now, superpower. That's why Trump is so afraid of China. Xi Jinping. He's scared of that guy because he can see. He's scared of BRICS because China is there, Russia is there. And he knows very well that those are the countries which are competing with US. People, wake up. Check Singapore. After Second World War, Singapore was one of the countries that you could even never think about in political radar. They were, no brand country. But check now how Singapore. Africa, wake up. Africa, wake up. Our children are indulgent in drugs, gangsterism, disrespectfulness, cyberbullying, crime, carrying knives or weapons to schools, killing the teachers, patronizing the parents, teenage pregnancy. They are engaged in a whole lot of their nefarious activities, erroneous activities. We have to make a plan. We have to do something about our kids, because tomorrow we won't be around. It will only be the youth that will be the senior citizens, the economy holder, the country holder, the policy makers. The country will be in their hands. But now there's no any prospect to show that they can govern. Even a household, we don't know what's going to happen to all that we worked for so hard. Some of them we started during apartheid to accumulate our wealth. But tomorrow when we are no more, they will just perish. Take my word. Educate your children, nurture them. Discipline your children. Discipline the youth people. Wake up. Don't be scared of your children. You can't bring a person on earth. The next thing you are scared of that person. There are laws. There are adults. There are people around. The committee members. You can call those people so that they might discipline your children. There are courts. You can go and lodge whatever complaints or whatever, a charge against those children of yours who are patronizing you, who are engaged in criminal activities, even inside the household. There are social workers. We don't utilize these facilities. There's agents that could help our children to have a good future. Our children are lost. They are in the wilderness. I can guarantee you. I see them. I see the youth more than any other person. And I can see how they behave. You know, teachers, they can argue with me that they interact much with the school kids or the students, educators. But I can tell you, I see them on the other side, wearing another cap. I see them after school. I walk around. I do conduct interviews. I see them with this cough mixtures. I'm one of the first people to know what is it that they are doing. They use cough mixtures for drugs, because I used to see them, after school, sitting in groups, and then I just go there because that's how I started with my campaigns. Just wanted to get a feeling about what is it these learners actually, what is it that's a common denominator about them, what is it that they do when they are on their own. And that's my findings, that they are engaged in various activities. So I tell you, watch out. Right now, I want to go and consult the police stations. I want to have a collaboration with them so that we must go to schools. I must actually tell these boys and girls how is it to be imprisoned, because they don't understand. They don't know what is it to be in jail. They are being lied by the ex-cons. That is nice. When you are a gangster member, you are safe. There's no such. Gangster members they've got the worst life in prison, because they are not supposed to go and study. They don't go to church. They are just busy with those gangsters, laws, and all those cultures or cults of gangsters. They even step among themselves, or a gang fight against another gang. And there are also laws that we have to step a gangster member. So there's no such. So I just want to go and educate them and conscientize them about how is it to be in jail. You are being sodomized. Some of the people who are from prison, they are sick right now. Anal cancer, stomach cancer, because of sodomy. You don't eat well, you don't sleep well, you are not safe, because immediately when you use drugs or you misbehave like they're doing, that is a key to jail. And jail is not a child's play. People, please wake up. Wake up. Support me in what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. You always check my videos, complaining and campaigning and doing all this whole lot of things. Comment, organize me to come and talk to the youth, counselors or whoever. I don't mind. I can even do what's it called? Use the electronic presentations, Zoom, There are technology is advanced. You can see now what's happening. The youth, they don't go to school. Initially, it was all about apartheid, but now it's a free school, but they don't go to school. How many youth don't have matric at the stage where I'm talking? They are just loitering around, roaming around, busy with drugs, crime, house robberies, burglaries, rape, all those whole lot of stuff. I'm very disheartened about this. I can guarantee there are people who don't care about what the youth are doing. I'm concerned, I'm worried, because this is not something that I like doing. This is a calling that I have to do this, and I have to do it. I don't have a choice, because I've been told that if I don't do this, I'll be in danger. I'll be like Jonas. I'll end up in the stomach of the fish, of a shark, if I don't do what God wants me to do. If I don't go to Nineveh, I'm going to end up in a shark's stomach. So, please, let's join hands and fight against crime, juvenile crime. I'm begging you, I'm urging you. God bless you.